This is a bold step in the right direction towards the economic revival of our county. We look forward to the subsequent stimulus effect and the creation of jobs for our people that will arise from this. Further to this, as the head of the county government of Mombasa, I shall engage the national government through the legally provided structure of the Intergovernmental Budget and Economic Committee. The thrust of this engagement shall be to advocate for Mombasa County to get its fair share of port revenue in line with global practice. The standard worldwide has been that port cities have a say and a stake of the ports, and the people of Mombasa should benefit from having the port as its God-given natural resource. As a county government, we shall seek the concurrence and cooperation of the national government through dialogue on this in the incoming days, with a view to securing the much-needed additional revenue to help us finance service delivery to an inch. I further challenge the national government to move with speed to fully implement the single African Air Transport Agreement, better known as the Open Skies Policy, to allow international visitors from 320 countries to access our coastal regions, 40,000 hotel beds, without necessarily traveling through Nairobi. This will mean any international airline willing to be allowed to have a direct flight to Mombasa should be allowed to do so. And this will be able to put money in the pockets of our tourism industry workers. In addition to this, in our conversation with the national government, we shall seek the prioritization of the completion of the Dongokundu Special Economic Zone that will see almost 100,000 jobs directly and indirectly created in Mombasa, even as I at county government level seek to operationalize the Miritini Industrial Park. The Miritini Industrial Park, as outlined in our manifesto, shall provide tax incentives to local small, medium-scale manufacturing businesses to encourage their setup in Mombasa. This is the kind of mutual cooperation Kenyans want to see between the two levels of government. The people of Mombasa have known me and know how deeply passionate I am about education and the power that it has to change the lives of ordinary people. My county government shall run a comprehensive school bursary program aimed at improving school enrollment. No child should drop out of school due to lack of fees. Mombasa's enrollment rates ought to be much higher than they currently are. The long-term strategy in fighting poverty and unemployment in Mombasa can only be through education and vocational skills training. My government commits to ensure the full and proper implementation of the Elimu Fund to issue bursaries that will enable our needy children complete their study. The distribution of these bursaries shall not be at Treasury Square. The distribution of these bursaries shall be at Mitaani level through the Serikali administrative system that will bring on board stakeholders such as the churches, mosques, temples, local community organizations, our elected members of county assemblies, and local leaders in determining potential beneficiaries at ward level. My third executive order shall be to implement orders abolishing land rates levied upon registered places of worship, including churches, mosques, and temples. The Constitution of Kenya 2010 enshrines the freedom of religion, without any form of encumbrance. We will remove any obstacles to our people's inalienable right to free worship. Mombasa shall remain the diverse and multicultural hub it has been since it came to be hundreds of years ago. Across the county of Mombasa, thousands of families are one hospital bill away from financial disaster. Thousands of families have had to sell properties and remain destitute to save the life of a loved one. My government shall formally introduce Mombasa Care to bring this to an end. Mombasa Care is an initiative to ensure that our residents of Mombasa are covered under the umbrella of the National Hospital Insurance Fund. We shall pay the monthly contribution to those truly needy families so that they may not be able to be destitute even further as a result of illness. Our next executive order, and at this juncture, I want to re-emphasize the words that I said when I was campaigning. It is my job, once elected, that I shall continue in the good work that was initially started by the former Governor Hassan Ali Joe. At the same time, rectify and correct and put in place anything that needs to be rectified. And my job is to ensure that we have any obstacles as a learning lesson to each and every one of us. And it is for this reason, one of the departments that deservedly put Mombasa in the right place was health. We'll be learning from this, and one of the first executive orders, the second, will be to establish a health task force whose mandate shall be to unravel what ails our healthcare systems in Mombasa. This task force shall propose concrete solutions for immediate implementation within 30 days. From these proposals, my government will endeavor to resource the devolved healthcare infrastructure at sub-county level so that there is adequate healthcare staff, medication and equipment to serve the needs of the people. I will harmonize labor relations with our healthcare workers to ensure that industrial action become a thing of the past. We will deal conclusively with the endless strikes in our health sector through open, honest dialogue with our healthcare workers. We will resolve issues of continuous and progressive training for our healthcare workers and process overdue promotions in consultation with the County Public Service Board. And as well, incorporate community health workers and community volunteers in this task of ensuring that the health sector remains to be number one, not just in Mombasa, but the whole of Kenya. During the electioneering period, I spoke extensively about the Mombasa Mwanzo Mpya, which has been about inclusivity and bringing people together. Today I make the public commitment that my government will reflect the face of Kenya. There shall be no discrimination, and I will always endeavor to uphold my oath without fear or favor for the benefit of the people of Mombasa. I want to assure the people of Mombasa that under my leadership, we shall look for alternative ways to tackle the issue of garbage and garbage collection. Within the first 100 days, my government shall float an international expression of interest to invite strategic partnership to assist the county comprehensively manage our solid waste in a manner that is sustainable and not just affordable but profitable for us as a county. We can be able to turn Mombasa into an energy producing county through the garbage that is produced on a daily basis. My intention is to run a transparent and accountable government in line with the provisions of the law and the Constitution of Kenya. I welcome the oversight of our members of County Assembly, our Senate, and the civil society. Every step of the way, we will espouse the spirit of public participation. My administration shall endeavor to always share information for public scrutiny, and I encourage our brothers and sisters of the civil society to conduct continuous social audits of the county's processes. We will partner with the civil society to uphold issues of human rights in all our matters pertaining to the mandate of the county government. Our resolve is firm, our plans are ambitious, and our hope for the future is truly bright. To equally put our inspectorate through the integrity test, I shall be forming an independent inspectorate oversight authority to allow the public to rightfully place their cases on an oversight authority. In closing, I'd like to once again thank and take the opportunity to recognize all the national leaders who have gathered with us here today. Their presence is a reflection of the great love that they have for our people, for which I am deeply humbled. If we have succeeded, it is because they have paved the way for us. I just want to say that I do not take any of you for granted. I shall continue to seek your wisdom and counsel from time to time as we work to make Mombasa emulates its county code, truly 001. May God bless Mombasa. May God bless Kenya. Asanteni sana. DJ kidogo. Kidogo. Nimeongea kimombo sana. Aya, siasa imeisha, wakati wa kukejeliana kisiasa imeisha. Mimi nawaomba na nawasihi. Mmoja kidogo yule aweza kuzungumza mpaka alfajiri kesho. Namjua. Nilikuwa naye nikiwa Jomvu tukifanya kampeni na bado. Asante. Mimi kwa niaba yangu kwanza ni kutoa shukrani kwenu nyote. Huu ushindi si wa Abdulswamad Sharif Nasir na Francis Thoya peke yake. Huu ushindi ni ushindi wa watu wa Mombasa wote. Kauli yangu kwa watu wa Mombasa, siasa tulifanya na tukaweka heshima katika siasa zetu. Sasa ni lazima tugeuze siasa, tuifanye kazi ile tuloweza kuwaahidi watu wa Mombasa. Hatuwezi kufanya kazi ikiwa tutaendelea na lugha ya kukejeli wale tuloshindana nao. Ni lazima tukubali wakati umefika wa sisi sote kushikana mikono na kusema tuisongeze Mombasa mbele. Mombasa ilipigiwa kura kwa kura ya debe ya siri. Hakuna anayejua aliyenipigia kura ni nani na ambaye hakunipigia kura ni nani. Lakini ni lazima tuwahudumikie watu wote wa Mombasa. Naomba mutupe nafasi tuweze kubadilisha manifesto yetu iwe ni kazi zile mnazozitaka. Tunataka kuanza kuweka mikakati na hatutoanza kusema tunasubiri wiki ijayo ama nini. Kazi inaanza moja kwa moja tukitoka hapa. Ni lazima mutupatie muda tuweze kurekebisha ili watoto wetu, vijana wetu, ndugu zetu waweze kupata ajira wanaostahiki katika Mombasa hii. Haya hayatowezekana ikiwa tutaendelea na lugha za kejeli za kampeni. Haya hatuwezekana ikiwa tutakuwa hatutopeana nafasi ya kuifanya ile kazi. Mimi kauli yangu ya mwisho, kazi hii hatutoweza kuifanya peke yetu. Hii kazi lazima tuifanye, na kilio changu kwanza kwa wale waliokuwa ni wafanyikazi wa county, lau ulikuwa unakubaliana na mimi katika wakati wa kampeni ama unanipinga katika wakati wa kampeni, sasa haijalishi, nimekusamehe na naomba twende mbele. Kile ajenda yetu, manifesto yetu itawekwa katika karatasi inaitwa County Integrated Development Plan, CIDP. Tukiiweka namna hii, hakuna tena siasa. I am expecting na nataraji wafanyikazi wa baraza la county ya Mombasa, bila ya hivi wala hivi, tukiwaambia njia ni hii, tuelekeni njia ni hii, ili tuweze kuboresha county yetu ya Mombasa. Tumeelewana, sio? Mimi na ndugu yangu hapa Francis tumejitolea kuweza kuleta yale mabadiliko mnayoyataka, lakini katika hali ya kujitolea ni lazima tuifanye hii kazi pamoja. Na mimi naendelea tena kuchukua fursa kutoa shukrani za dhati kwenu nyote, na kila mmoja amekuwa na katika mstari wa mbele pamoja na sisi. Mwenyezi Mungu awajalie kila la kheri katika yale yote mnaoyafanya. Sasa ni nafasi yetu tuweze kuleta utajiri katika maeneo yetu ya Mombasa, kazi ziweze kupanuka, watu waweze kutabasamu. Tukionana elections zijao, hatuna tena kampeni, muniambie sisi tunapigwa bila ya kupingwa, sio? Asanteni sana Mombasa na mubarikiwe.
Asante DJ, naomba usiye. Kindly naomba tusimame pale tulipo. Na wakati tunasimama pale tulipo, Bishop Alphonse Baya, tafadhali naomba uweze kusonga mbele ili utatupa maombi ya kufunga mkutano. In the meantime, Salvation Army, ningeomba kila mtu asimame wima kwa wimbo wa taifa ambao utaongozwa na Salvation Army, kisha baada ya hapo tutapata maombi kutoka kwa Bishop wa SCK. Asante.